is the 9th day of May at 9 o'clock. We're here for our regularly scheduled Commissioner Court meeting. We do have a quorum present, so let's stand for a prayer of pledge and we'll get started.
Heavenly Father, we thank you today for the gift of rain that you've given us for our county, for our farmers and ranchers. We ask that you be with our country as we probably will have a big amount of turmoil, and give us wisdom and give our leaders some type of direction to be fair to all. We also ask you to be with all our responders as they go about their way today, and we ask that you all, our law enforcement officers, will be on the board. Please take them to your loving arms. We ask this in your name.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Sweezy, do we have anyone signed up to speak this morning?
No, we do not.
Not. All right, we're going to move to item number 6, and that's an acknowledgement of the Mental Health Awareness Month. And we have a proclamation from Camino Real Community Services, Thomas Faulkner.
And yes.
And yes.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
All right.
We do have one.
Oh,
She was holding it over there, so she doesn't have brought it to me,
Yeah.
so.
hold on one sec. I'm
We
sorry.
do have one,
Thomas,
but,
we do have one public comment, and that is with
Jerry Brewski.
it's right here for you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Terry Persky. I'd just like to address the court here. I've heard that there's going to be an issue today discussing some possible work done on 181. Here shortly, we lost our daughter on that stretch of road, and it's the first time we've driven it in a long period of time, and we drove it yesterday. After that accident, I got a lot of feedback that there was multiple accidents on that stretch of road. The TPS officer talked to TxDOT addressing that issue and said, y'all have a major problem right here. I am called to multiple accidents, and there's a lot of accidents that aren't even called, that could be worse than what they are. That road that I drove through yesterday, it's not bad. It just needs to be seal coated. For people that don't know what seal coating is, it's just oil and rock. It's like driving on ice. If you don't have any traction, there's not any texture to the road. There's no gravel. You can virtually see where the cars are driving day in and day out. And these numbers I got from TxDOT, that there's 10,000 vehicles drive 181 every day. 10,000. And I don't know when TxDOT has done anything to that road, any kind of maintenance. I didn't see it. Maybe you can see it, you lived on that road. But there's nothing done. That accident could have happened to any one of y'all's relatives. How we got picked, I don't know. But what I'm getting at is we don't need a major reconstruction of that road to get it safe for everyone in this courtroom or this room to drive on it. I mean, we could, and I'm not sure what angle, and I heard that the county's gonna try to get an angle with Austin and TxDOT to get it fixed, but the angle, you can make it, you could spend a lot of money on that road. We need an immediate patch. There could be a fatality this weekend. Who wants that? None of us. It doesn't take that long to fix a road that it's 8 miles, but these guys can go fix that in a couple of days if you hire it out. I'm not sure what angle that, like I said, that the county might want to take, try to address Austin or whatever y'all are trying to do, but something needs to be done immediately. It doesn't need to be put on the back burner. And the guy from TxDOT said, well, it's under review. When I talked to him after my daughter had that accident, you know what that guy told me? It came out of his mouth. I called my wife to see if she made it because she was driving a white Tahoe. He knew he has a issue there. And to make a comment like that to me, that his wife made it safe. I'm sorry. I think somebody in this district is not doing their job at all. You can clearly see every day where these cars are driving. And it's like, I'm just being kind of cruel, it's kind of like a cow path. Where those cars drive, there is no, I'm not saying the whole road, there is no texture in that travel lane where you're driving. No texture. And without texture, you have no control. That poor guy that hit my daughter, when he got up that morning, he didn't know that that road was going to be bad. I mean, he was driving underneath the speed limit. It's just a bad deal. No. What the county could do, if anything, we appreciate it. And everybody in this room appreciate it if you drive that road. That's the busiest road, I think, in Karnes County. 181. Goes all the way to San Antonio Corpus. It's not a lot of money to fix it if you just put in the seal coat. Now, if you remill it, I don't know what kind of angle y'all want to do or present to the Austin, but if they put it under review, it'd be like this guy sitting on a desk forever and nothing get done. You would think that they would have it on their maintenance program, TxDOT, to shoot some oil and rock on it. Am I wrong? Is that we got water standing on the road? Well, I mean, even if it's water standing on the road, you can put a 2 or 3 course on there and fix it a heck of a lot cheaper than remilling the whole road if that's the angle they want to do. But they're going to frown if you're going to try to put a $40,000-$50,000 job, or per mile versus a $200,000 or $500,000 job. I mean, if you start remilling everything, and the only way you're going to get it true as the level of this table is you're going to have to remill it. Your engineer can verify that, right? I mean, how are you going to overlay a road if you got low spots? You're going to have to remill it, right?
There's processes to do all that stuff, and a seal coat is a perfectly reasonable approach. It's just not our purview. That's the only issue.
I mean, you don't have a base failure. I mean, maybe. I mean, you know, I don't see any spider cracks. Well, you have a base failure, or you got big indentions in the road. You don't have that. You have a natural wear of material. Natural wear.
And you're addressing me, Jerry. So yes, the answer is if it was ours, we might be taking a much different approach. But it's not ours, and I think that the step is to tell them, listen, this is important to the county, and that's what Commissioner Lissy is really trying to do. He's working pretty hard in the background too. So
I know you have some experience too. I mean, sure. You've driven that road a lot more than I have, and there's different ways that you can fix it.
Right. We have to just get with them and let them know that this is important to our citizens, and then ask them to take care of it.
And that's what we're going to address on this next agenda.
And I appreciate anything y'all do. I mean, nobody wants to be standing in my positions or anybody else's, you know?
Absolutely.
It could happen to anybody.
Yes, sir.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to move to item number 6, and that's the acknowledgement of the Mental Health Awareness Month. Thomas, y'all come on up.
I guess we're going to do a horseshoe. I have a pretty loud voice, so if you don't mind, I won't use the microphone. Can everybody hear me well? Okay, I'm gonna do my best here to not make everybody's ears hurt through this. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Judge, for allowing me to read this proclamation. I'm just gonna jump right in, and if it's okay with you, we can get some pictures and tell everybody about the events that we have going on. Whereas mental health is the essential to one's overall health and well-being, and whereas the National Alliance on Mental Health, NAMI, if you know it, reports 43.8 million adults and nearly 1 in 5 children experience mental illness at any given time in the year. Whereas suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States, and an average of 129 suicides per day, 90% of people who die by suicide have an underlying mental health condition. Whereas early identification and intervention can make a difference in the efficacy of managing mental health symptoms and set the foundation to a lifelong road to recovery. Whereas a person-centered, trauma-informed, and community-connected approach to recognizing the signs and symptoms of mental illness is fundamental in providing access to resources and establishing continuity of care. Whereas the members of our community can serve as agents of change through their action and effort to stop the stigma behind mental health and provide encouragement to people seeking help. And whereas public intervention and community education can provide entry and access to mental health services and positively impact the lives of those affected by mental illness along with the families who support them.
And therefore, I, Wade J. Hetke, do hereby proclaim May 2023 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Karnes County. As the county judge, I also call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in Karnes County to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps that our citizens can take to protect their mental health, and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health conditions. On this date, May 9th, 2023, I'm going to sign this, Wade J. Hetke, County Judge. Y'all want to come up and take a picture, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Do another one. Good. There we go.
And if I may, I want to, as Doris goes, she has a little gift for everybody on the panel today, all of our commissioners and our judges. And while Doris is doing that, I want to invite everybody here and everybody in the community to a couple of events we have going on. I'm going to do mine first, although it's a little bit later than Miss Doris's. We'll circle back to that after she can explain that. I invite everybody here to come out May 19th. We're going to have a community education event. I'm making burgers, and I'm not charging anybody for them. Come out to the Joe Gully Park, anywhere from 11 to 4. There's no set agenda. Come out and have some fun, support the local community. We're going to have people who are actively enrolled in our actively enrolled in our care there. And I want them to see that there are community stakeholders who are actually taking an invested interest into the mental health, and this is one step that we're doing here to actually make that happen. So thank you for allowing me to do that. And Doris has an event. I'm going to let her say it because I'm going to butcher it.
So we have Breakfast with Champs in Wilson County at our Community Restoration Recovery Center on 1327 3rd Street. It's Friday, and it starts at 9:30 to 11:30, and we're going to have pancakes, sausage, eggs, orange juice, and coffee, and have conversations on mental health. So everybody is welcome to go there.
And it's free.
And it's free. And it's not tacos. It's going to be homemade, cooked breakfast. So you're all welcome to come.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Item number 7, we have another acknowledgement of the Community Action Month and the CCSCT Proclamation / Community Council of South Texas. Lucy Casades.
Hello, I'm Nina Ruiz, and we are here representing Community Council of South Central Texas. May is Community Action Month, and we're here requesting that Karnes County proclaim that May is Community Action Month. We also have a proclamation to read. Whereas the Community Council of South Central Texas Incorporated was established as a community action agency on May 11, 1965, and whereas the service area encompasses the South Central and Southwest Texas counties of Atascosa, Bandera, Bee, Brewster, Crane, Comal, Culberson, DeMitt, Edwards, Frio, Gillespie, Guadalupe, Hudspeth, Jeff Davis, Karnes, Kerr, Kendall, Kenny, LaSalle, Live Oak, Maverick, Medina, McMullen, Pecos, Presidio, Real, Terrell, Uvalde, Valverde, Wilson, and Zavala. Whereas Community Action has made essential contributions to individuals and families across this nation by creating economic opportunities and strengthening communities. And whereas the Community Action is a robust state and local force connecting people to life-changing services and creating pathways to prosperity in 99% of all American counties. And whereas Community Action builds and promotes economic stability as an essential aspect of enabling and enhancing stronger communities and stable homes. And whereas Community Action promotes community-wide solutions to challenges throughout our cities, suburbs, and rural areas. And whereas Community Action delivers innovative services and supports that create greater opportunities for families and children to succeed. And whereas Community Action insists on community participation and involvement, ensuring that all sectors of the community have a voice and will be heard. And whereas Community Action is celebrating 58 years of innovative impact and providing proven results for Americans.
Now, therefore, Karnes County Commissioners Court of Texas does hereby proclaim May 2023 as Community Action Month in recognition of the hard work and dedication of all Texas community action agencies, and testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the Great Seal of Karnes County on this day of the 9th of May 2023. And we'll come up and have a picture as well.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on. Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, item number 8, we're going to have a discussion and presentation of the Karnes County grant presentations for the following. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Texas General Land Office, and that is the CDBG MIT MOD, the Texas General Land Office CDBG DR MOD, the Texas Water Development Board, that's our Flood Infrastructure Fund, and the Texas Department of Agriculture 2020-2021. Invited a familiar face to most of you here, Mr. Meyer, come and give us an update on all of our grants.
Good morning, Commissioner Court. How is everyone? Hey, it's good to be back. So we wanted to come down and give a quick update on the 4 active or upcoming applications that the county has hired Langford to do. The first one is the General Land Office mitigation method of distribution. So where this project is ACOG has essentially given a plan to the General Land Office, how they want to allocate out the funds. The county is getting almost $2.2 million. What we've been working with Judge Hecky to put together an application. So the county back in 2020 put together an application for the regular mitigation funds. There was almost about 50 projects that were identified in that. Unfortunately, it wasn't funded, so we're actually reutilizing those same projects. We worked with Mr. Giesler on which projects were a priority. There is one in Precinct 1, Precinct 4, and Precinct 3. And so we're putting together that application. We're waiting for the application. We're getting all the supporting documents together, I should say. The application isn't officially open yet. Once it's open, the county will have 120 days to get that in, which it will be out for public review and for the Commissioners Court to review and everything else. Then there's the CDBG disaster recovery method of distribution funds. Those are additional funds that have been awarded to the county. Those yet have not been released from the General Land Office on implementation rules and everything else. So once the General Land Office releases that, then we will do the same thing. We can reutilize the same projects that were identified or look at other project activities. That's almost about $1.4 million. The Texas Water Development Board, that was a project that was started back when I was still here. It's finishing up the plan that is with, it's being worked on by Doucette Engineers. Collins Legal, the name sounds familiar. He's the engineer that's working on that. And then lastly, y'all have 2 TDA grants that are funneled through LSO Water Supply. One, the 2020 TDA grant, it's in closeout. So basically Texas Department of Agriculture just has to say, okay, everything looks great, you're closed out, you're done. The 2021 is, y'all had a pre-con, beginning of April. It's getting ready to commence into construction once supplies and everything are received from that.
And that one is that one's in Gillette, I believe.
Yes, correct. That one is in Gillette. Yes, sir. And so that is an update of where everything is. There is an update for me. I've kind of been the county's point of contact with Langford, helping everyone. I am going into a new venture where I received another job offer, and so I am saying my goodbyes to Langford. But that's why Kathleen is here with me. So Kathleen White Cotton is an employee of Langford as well. She is she specializes in General Land Office grants like I do. She is a Stockdalian. She's right up the road. And so we understand that the county is very fortunate to have a lot of grants, and we want to make sure there's one essential point of contact, whereas before that was kind of me. Since I am moving on to a different venture, our recommendation would be Kat. She has a very similar personality. She's in close proximity. So, I don't know, Kat, you want to say anything?
Just good morning, and I'm happy to be working on the future projects and like right up the road, so if I ever need to pop down here, nice to see a friendly face. So thanks for having me here.
Do the Commissioners Court have, or Judge, have any questions?
Court, y'all have any?
Just
Yes, sir. Commissioner Duke.
the land office, the general land office grants,
Uh-huh.
and the flood infrastructure grant.
Yes.
When will that plan be finished?
So I actually messaged Colin this morning. He lives in Spain. Their time zones are a little bit different now. He hasn't, he hasn't gotten back to me yet. It should be close to wrapping up. I can get an estimated time of completion and for sure email or call you or text you, whichever is easiest.
I'll call Colin on the way, when I'm on the road today. I'll call him and get an update. We do have an invoice on my desk right now, that's part of that specific one.
And just these two for the Texas General Land Office. Okay, my understanding is we submitted and we weren't approved,
So
so we're resubmitting?
Kind of, but not really. So essentially, the General Land Office had a competition, which was the application that was put together in 2020. The county put together about a $50 million application. There are a lot of factors that go into that, but what hurt the county is the LMI compared to the other communities that were competing.
LMI, for those that don't know, is low to moderate income.
Yes. After that round, the competition ended, the General Land Office came back and they had multiple other tranches of money. And so what they did, they called it method of distribution. They said, hey, ACOG, I think ACOG received $24 million total. ACOG, we're gonna ask you to look at your cities and counties and with this $24 million and figure out an allocation of how you wanna distribute it to your communities. So once that was decided, then it went to a public comment period. Once ACOG was satisfied with the comments received, it got sent back to the General Land Office. And that's kind of where it is right now. It's sitting at the General Land Office for them to give the final stamp of approval. Once that final stamp of approval happens, it will be 120 days for that application to be put together. So Judge Heckey and I and Colin Slagle, what you said, we've actually been very proactive where we've gotten the table twos, which is the budget justifications, project maps, coordinates, application questions, everything pre-done. So when that 120 days starts, Kathleen will be able to upload everything into the portal. But this method of distribution funds, it's not a competition. The county is getting it no matter what, as long as you fill out the application.
And with this General Land Office grant, what can we do with that now?
If you're the DR method of distribution.
Yeah.
So it's depending on how the COG identifies the implementation of it, meaning, fortunately for mitigation, method of distribution, the first one, the county doesn't have to serve LMI beneficiaries or low to moderate income beneficiaries because of the way they balanced out the funds.
And that's why you see the projects that we've identified are in precinct 1, 3, and
Yeah, but
the DR funds, so that plan has not been put out by ACOG yet. All ACOG has said is Karnes County, you're getting this much, but they haven't basically set the rules on how to utilize the funds yet. And that's, I talked to the General Land Office on Friday trying to get an update on it, and they have not received a comment back from ACOG on how they want to do it. And to be quite frank and honest, there's so much GLO money, General Land Office money going around right now, things are kind of falling behind at the agency, and so.
they've got their fingers in everything.
Yes, absolutely.
But I guess what I'm asking, can we've already identified projects for these two judges? Okay, I just want
And I can name those three if you want me to. So priority project number 1 is going to be County Road 207. They're at the San Antonio, it's called in the application the San Antonio River tributary. It's a culvert. Then priority project number 2 is going to be County Road 184 at Osmosis Creek, another culvert project. And then County Road 127, Hondo Creek, it's going to be a bridge.
anything for generators or anything like that?
That would be primarily HMGP funding.
no, it's we're always asking for generators. That's always the first questions that I ask whenever we do have funding coming down from communities.
I got an idea now. I just wonder.
We're gonna get generators.
Is Anna still here?
Anna is still here.
But Kathleen will be our point of contact?
I probably, most likely, yes. Judy felt like since there's multiple General Land Office grants, and she would be working with the judge more than Anna probably would be, she would be a good point of contact. But Anna's still in Karnes City over on South Line, working at the moment right now.
Kathleen, do you know Banks Aiken?
I do know Banks Aiken.
Strike one.
Wayne, you have to.
Yes, just, I just had a quick question on County Road 207. Were you able to get both of those bridges worked out, or just one of them?
So 207, I'd have to look back at the project map. I'll look at that, yes.
Thank you. That just for future funding purposes.
And you could also utilize the disaster recovery method of distribution funds as long as we're meeting an LMI objective.
Right.
But I don't want to sit here forever because we can get into more details later. But if y'all want to, we'll take a picture as well. Kidding. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move to item number 9, and that is to discuss, approve, disapprove hiring Alamo auctioneers to sell 9 seized or abandoned vehicles and 1 box trailer that were awarded to the Sheriff's Office as part of the asset forfeiture program. Titles were acquired in this, for the sale of these vehicles. Sheriff?
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners Court. I'm here this morning asking for y'all's permission for the auction to take place at the Karnes County Sheriff's Office at 500 East Wall.
What's the date?
The date will be, we haven't got
don't
the exact
know yet,
date.
Judge.
Yes.
Once we grant the approval of this,
Yes.
then we'll set a date on it. I would like to add, if we can, I don't see it here, but the extension office, we have a truck that we need to sell.
And EMS.
EMS, I
And
think
EMS has one too, so, we'll approve these 9, and then once we get a date, let's amend that to add those 2 vehicles, okay?
Okay, not
The
a problem.
sale will be at the jail.
At the
Yeah.
jail, 500.
Wayne, do you have anything from Road and Bridge, any type of vehicles you would want to add to the future agenda, or?
No, sir, not this time.
Okay.
Any discussion from the court? Motion?
Judge, I move we approve hiring, allowing the sheriff to hire Alamo auctioneers to sell the vehicles. Right now they have 9, but it will be added to it. All abandoned vehicles that are declared surplus and 1 box trailer that were awarded to the sheriff's office as part of asset forfeiture fund. Titles were acquired for sale of these vehicles.
Got a second from Mr. Hugo here. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Opposed? All right, thank you, Wayne. Item number 10, discuss, approve, disapprove declaring retired EMS unit in the 2016 Ford Transit van with the VIN number. I'm not going to read the VIN number. Just in case somebody out there is listening to nefarious thoughts. But we're going to declare that as surplus and allowing the sale of the vehicle in the next surplus auction at a date to be determined. I believe that we just talked about that. Kate, you want to talk about it more?
No, as stated, nothing really to add to that. It's served its purpose, 186,000 miles. It's time to part ways with her.
Judge, I move that we approve the line item transfer.
Commissioner,
Huh?
not yet.
That's not going to be on the next one. So we just need a motion to approve the,
I move we approve the declaring the Unit 2016 Ford Transit van with the VIN number IFDYR2CM8GKA76837 as surplus and allow the sale for the vehicle next auction.
and then the second again from Commissioner Geekler. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All right. Thank you, Casey. Item number 11, discuss, approve, disapprove line item transfer in the amount of $24,748 from GL 100-540-5712 to, what's that line?
So it'll be stated in the motion, Judge. It's actually proposed to come out of contingency, which is the 100, 119.
100.
We had an error on the agenda, so it's requested to come out of 100, 409, 49 or 9 or 7 to 100, 540, 5712.
And that is for the purchase of a replacement EMS captain's vehicle chassis and allow for the appropriate budget amendment. We did speak with Ms. Tapia. She's here. She said that that's copacetic to run it that way.
So good morning again, Court. So reason for this request, as part of fiscal year 23 current budget, it was approved through the court, a purchase of a 3/4 ton chassis to replace a 1/2 ton for EMS captains. So they share a vehicle that they respond into calls 24/7, 365 with the EMS crews. The issues, as you probably are all familiar with vehicle chassis, we placed an order with Ford back in April of 2022, so we're over a year now with the order being placed. It has still not been accepted. So we don't have a date. We don't even have a for sure answer as to whether or not we're going to get a vehicle. So in conversation, it was the best proposal to look for a chassis in the retail sector. So we budgeted currently $50,742 for the vehicle that was again ordered through Ford. We have no obligation at this point with Ford, so we can cancel at any time to answer that potential question. There is a vehicle meeting the specifications to our needs, as well as the specifications of the equipment that's already on order and in a warehouse, estimated about $40,000 worth of lights, camper shell, bed slides, radios, etc. That is for a 2023 8-foot box, 3/4 ton chassis. The truck that meets that specification is currently sitting in Fordsville at Ansura Ford. The problem is it's more money than what we have budgeted for. So it's requested that we have a budget amendment of $24,748 to fund their purchase of that vehicle. In addition to the 50, correct. So in addition to the 5742 that we already have within the budget.
Casey and I talked about this in his, in our budget meeting this week, last week. And I said, yeah, let's bring that to the court. You know, we just don't know if we're gonna have a vehicle or not. And the justification for a 3/4 ton is to pull the
trailer that was donated by Validus, correct.
By Validus.
Just to add to your discussion, we're having the same problems that Casey's running into.
Yeah, everybody.
And as we said it too, with the international chassis on the new ambulance we just purchased, we kind of be up in the air. We wouldn't have an ambulance if we went forward on that ambulance chassis. So it's an unfortunate cost of doing business, and so it's respectfully requested we make that budget amendment so we can go ahead and move forward with that. And we again can put the equipment that's already been ordered for that vehicle, that's waiting on the vehicle, and move forward with that in the current fiscal year instead of having to continue to budget unforeseen for the unforeseeable future rather.
Is that truck on hold pending?
It is. So we talked with Ansura. We kind of threw out some hypotheticals. Currently, if this passes as requested, we can submit a requisition and purchase order to Ansura Ford. They're willing to move forward with the county purchasing that vehicle, and then of course we come back next court session with the bills to pay for that invoice. Yes, sir.
Judge, I move that we approve line item transfer in the amount of $24,748 from GL 100-409-4997 to GL 100-540-5712 for the purchase of a replacement EMS captain's vehicle chassis and allow for appropriate budget amendment.
Carol, did you get that line item? Okay.
I'll give you this, Carol.
Second.
And second from Commissioner Geisler. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? No. All right.
Thank you.
Casey, thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 12, discuss, approve, disapprove signing an agreement with the GIS Workshop LLC as a result of their acquisition of PubWorks and authorizing the county judge to sign the agreement. Wayne?
Judge, I'm going to ask y'all to refer it again one more time. I've just not been able to get to review the agreement with all the rain and stuff we're doing, so apologize for that.
Not a problem. Item number 13, discuss, approve, disapprove the resolution by the Karnes County Commissioners Court to request TxDOT to conduct a comprehensive safety study of US Highway 181 from north of Karnes City to the Wilson County line. Commissioner Ben Lissy.
Well, we've got a resolution to the TxDOT addressing what Jerry said a while ago. And you want to read the
I will.
resolution?
Okay. And okay, the Karnes County Commissioners Court resolution, whereas several fatality accidents have occurred on the portion of US 181 between Karnes City and the Wilson County line, and whereas several Karnes County constituents have requested an evaluation of safety conditions related to factors that may be contributing to these incidents. Now therefore, the Karnes County Commissioners Court respectfully requests the Texas Department of Transportation, TxDOT, to conduct a comprehensive safety study to recommend improvements to the aforementioned portion of US 181, and that the study specifically address, number one, the need to modify the existing roadway cross-section and/or resurfacing to reduce the potential for hydroplaning during wet weather conditions. Number 2, the need to modify the existing undivided roadway cross-section to a divided roadway cross-section, as well as any related costs that would need to be borne by Karnes County to accommodate such an improvement. Then number 3, the need for modifications to the speed zones currently in place from Karnes City to the Wilson County line, with specific emphasis focused on reducing speeds from Farm to Market 1144 to the Wilson County line. The court also respectfully requests that upon completion of said evaluation, that TxDOT communicate its findings to Commissioners Court to allow additional coordination by the court to assist TxDOT with implementation of recommendations that result from this study. And we need signatures. I will sign and we'll pass it down. And we'll get that to TxDOT and see what TxDOT does. As Mr. Krusky was speaking earlier, unfortunately that's not a county owned road. Otherwise, I believe that we would be doing something different. And so we're going to lean as much as we can on TxDOT. I made sure that we went through the proper channels with our legal team and with TxDOT's legal team to make sure that we weren't poking a bear with the stick. And so hopefully this is something that will get their attention, and they can report back to us on this. So,
Judge, we need a motion on this? Or no?
We do need a motion.
Judge, I move that we approve the resolution by the Karnes County Commissioners Court to request TxDOT to conduct a comprehensive safety study of U.S. Highway 181 from north of Karnes City to the Wilson County line.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising the right hand. Nobody's opposed to that. All right, thank you. Item number 14, discuss, approve, disapprove the authorized executive. Let's see. Discuss, approve, disapprove the authorized execution of contract with TechShare to pay annual subscription fee of $847, and that funding source will be from 100-669-4860.
Yes, Judge. So this is, I believe, the software that the county court will use and the district court for court-appointed attorneys. And this $847 is to get the software up and going so that proper training can be done.
That's correct.
On the
What is that funding source line item name?
IT, that's the IT budget, Commissioner.
For Jimmy's IT budget.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be IT, that'd be auditor's office.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
The county court uses that as well as the district court.
So it's gonna be, Jimmy's gonna get hammered with it.
We're working on Jimmy's budget. We knew that there was going to be lots of growing pains in it, and Jimmy and I met yesterday on his budget and how we met that on.
Thank you.
Need a motion.
I move that we authorize the execution of a contract with TechShare to pay annual subscription fee $847 from the funding source 100-669-4860.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising their right hand. Anybody opposed to that? Item number 15, discuss/take possible action to approve the annual fee for our tax collection software contract with Pritchard and Abbott Incorporated for the next fiscal year and assigned so it can be returned to the Pritchard and software. This contract has been reviewed by the county attorney. It contains all the tax office hardware, third-party software, collection software, tax statement software, and the licensing fee. Contract is for 2 years. It does include truth in taxation. I will need in July 2024, not me, but Tammy will need in July 2025. I'm not taking that.
Good morning, court. I apologize, but I need to table this until the next meeting.
Okay. Item number 16, we have our consent agenda. We have minutes from April 4th, April 11th, and April 25th, and we have reports from our county clerk, our district clerk, our constable precinct 3, our justice of the peace precinct 2, JP precinct 4, the IT department, Sheriff's Office and Maintenance Department, and there is a budget amendment in there, 2023-12 from the Sheriff's Department. We will approve all of these in one swift motion. Unless y'all want to pull one, we can pull one. We take action on item number 16, 17 if we need to.
Judge, do we need to address the budget amendment, or everybody aware of that?
District Court, let's do.
Can y'all explain the budget amendment to me? I guess I don't understand.
There was a difference in vehicle cost again, as Casey talked about earlier, and also Wade. When we ordered our vehicles over a year ago, the price went up, and then it's gone up twice actually since before the delivery of the vehicle. The state contract bid, Caldwell Chevrolet, honored the 43. Now they're at 48. So we budgeted them at 37. It went from 37 to 42 or 43. Now they're at 48. So Caldwell is going to eat the $6,000 increase and let the county have them for the 43 price or 42 price. So Tom and I worked out the difference, and that's the difference in the what it was when we budgeted, what we're actually getting the vehicles. The vehicles are currently in Caldwell right now. They're supposed to deliver them now, but these were ordered last year.
How many of those?
6.
6.
Yes. They were ordered last August. So that's the difference in the agreement. So, but they were gracious enough not to reject us, and they ate that $6,000 per vehicle. Caldwell did. Any other questions?
Judge, we approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor signify by raising the right hand. Anybody opposed? All right. Item number 18, let's have updates from our commissioners, starting with Commissioner Dubnik, precinct 1.
Been working with, again, with county attorney on, she had questions on, the Annex U legal, and I think we got it all figured out now. When she'll sign that thing, I'll submit it. Also, I'm on broadband. I drove around the county getting the coordinates of towers and stuff for working with the company that we're working with, and submitted them to the judge, and he forwarded them up to them. And then Mr. Brubaker has been very helpful as well. And Saturday, May 13th, we have our hazardous household cleanup day. So if you got any tires, batteries, or any type of stuff like that, please bring them and don't put them into the water system. But the San Antonio River Authority is helping us. Wayne, I guess your guys will be there to help us as well with the tires.
Yes, sir. We're still sleeping.
And then also with Mercy Management, I've been working with Judge Hedke and Judge Whitman and Judge Cood on our local emergency planning committee. We're trying to get the 3 counties, Atascosa, Wilson, and Karnes, to have one LEPC together. LEPCs now are getting harder and harder for people to participate in, so we figured we can get 3 counties together and maybe we can have a decent program and try to do some stuff to make things safer for the county. And that's about it, Judge.
Thank you. Commissioner Lissy.
Well, we spent a lot of time yesterday with the road and bridge engineer. Precinct 2 has 44 miles in the precinct impacted by the rain Sunday and now this morning too, I'm sure. We closed 215 yesterday.
Yes, sir, and 304 as well.
304 and 198 and 230 has some significant damage too. And that's about it. We'll have a meeting tomorrow night with the Falls City City Council on, I'll explain that, the part of our precinct and our yard in Falls City joins a right-of-way that, they would need to talk about. Our Justice of the Peace Office is on part of the right-of-way. There's something, things that we need to work out on that deal. Hopefully we'll get that started tomorrow night and get it over.
Okay, Commissioner Rosales?
Met with our engineer, discussed the roads that were impacted by the rains, which road was closed, which ones were more impacted, looked at some pictures on the damage of them. Also been working with the county attorney on the Nalco building for the purchase of the Nalco building, just making sure that everything's going as it should.
Thank you. Commissioner Keezer?
Visited with the road and bridge engineer about any road closures due to the rains. We'll continue driving roads, making sure that their progress is moving forward. Reached out to the county attorney, a couple items that are coming up, and got some good feedback from there. Visited the judge a couple times on a little bit of our budget, and then also about some other projects. Also visited with some other members of the Commissioner's Court too, to try to kind of line our ideas up. Visited with constituents on possible funding of grants that are out there for homes, and that's really about it.
Okay, let's have our reports from our tax assessor, our auditor, and treasurer. Tammy, you're up first.
Good morning again. For April of 2023, for the Karnes County M&O, the current was $132,885.89. The current year-to-date was $16,863,623.44, with 97.90% collected. This morning it was 98.15. On the delinquents, on the month to date, it was $4,398.62. The delinquent year-to-date was $97,901.85 with 30.31% collected. On the INS, the delinquent month-to-date was $28.40. The delinquent year-to-date was $1,470.75 with 38.30% collected. On the road and bridge, current month-to-date was $27,122.46. The current year-to-date was $3,446,151.73 with 97.90% collected. On the delinquent month-to-date, $885.13. The delinquent year-to-date was $19,443.41 with 31.58% collected. I went ahead and looked back April of last year. We collected 97.82%, so our collections are at 0.0% from last year. The delinquent tax notices will be mailed out at the end of this month. They'll be green. And then in July, on July 1st, the attorney's office will be sending out delinquent notices, and they'll be adding their 15% to whatever is not paid in July. And everybody by now should have gotten their appraisal notices. If you haven't received it, call the appraisal district. If you don't agree with it and you want to protest it, it has to be done by May the 25th. So don't sit on that. If you want to get it protested, get it done right away.
Let's carefully at your appraisal. Tom?
All right, Court, I come again with good news. Our department heads are good stewards of all our county funds. If you look at the general fund, which is actually page 9 of the recap of my budget report, it's showing we still have 60.53% remaining to spend for this fiscal year, which is 5 months. We should be at 41.67%. The biggest things there is under capital outlay, there's still $1,998,500 that hasn't been paid for the annex, and then also facility improvements. We had budgeted $2 million just because the money's not spent. It goes back into the general fund. It's just budgeted there. So,
And on those facility improvements, that's something that I had put into the budget last year for the possibility of a Rumpke EMS type JP thing that Commissioner Deaver and I have talked about, also a Gillette improvement to the
Right.
yards and stuff. So that's that $2 million.
and then we did move the $2 million out of that line item to road and bridge for the purchase of the acquisition. So we're still doing phenomenal for our general fund. The other good things I'd like to point out that we've done every month, our county sales tax, we're projecting probably about $2,750,000 to the plus for the year, the way the trend has been going. Our EMS receipts probably about $1,300,000 to the plus, and our interest about $2 million with the way the market has been right now. On the last page of my report is actually the non-court bills, which is like GO and our quarterly fees, the health reimbursements, postage and so forth. The whole amount was $10,661,029.18. The GO portion was $9,598,944.25. And you're also going to see in that same report, there's a negative in there. That was for a hotel reservation. We had a voided check. A check request was turned into our office. We processed it right away. It was on the old form prior to the travel policy form. And we requested it to get turned in on the right form, and it got turned in, but we processed that original one. And the way Encode works, it will flag a duplicate invoice, but on manual invoices, it's the wording of it. So our staff met on it, made sure that future hotel reservations, the right criteria to put that in. So that's why it shows a negative. But everything else is phenomenal for the county as a whole. Like I said, everyone's good stewards on our investments. So our investments at the end of April, and Vi will hone in on this as well, we're at $89,111,768.77, which was about $1,201,315.19 below, but we always have to move money in from the previous month to carry us out for the rest of the year. But we're doing phenomenal investments and the rate of return and everything right now, despite the way the economy is.
Thank you. Bye.
Good morning, Court. Balance as of March 2023, $92,214,106.16. Receipts for the month of April 2023, $24,644,537.87. Disbursements for April 2023, $25,808,801.79. For an ending balance of April 30th, 2023, $91,049,842.24.
Right. Item number 20, discussion/action on the treasurer's report.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed?
And just a little note, tomorrow the House is voting on HJR 134. That bill would put a statewide election to abolish the Galveston County Treasurer's Office. We, as the County Treasurers Association of Texas, are fighting that bill. We feel like it would be a trickle-down effect to eventually where we have Commissioners Court fighting against treasurers. We know how that goes. Being spiteful and just wanting to do the same thing for the local treasurer's office. So please contact Ryan Guillen if you so oppose this bill, to tell him to vote no on this tomorrow. And just a little side note, good luck to the state track meet. You forgot to mention that, didn't you? On Friday. Thank you.
All right, item number 21, discussion/acknowledgement on personnel changes. This is through all departments. Taylor, Joe, you have any? We had no new hires, no resignations, no retirements. You have a list of birthdays and anniversaries. Wendy Villegas, Melanie Cadena, Darren Driscoll, Alessandra Garcia, Noble Gilchrist, Daniel Gilly, Clarence Michigamba, Maria Reyes, Fernando Rios, James Rosales.
That's today.
Today is his birthday. Don C., Deanne Villarreal, David Jurgen, and Margaret Zapata. So happy birthday and happy anniversary to those folks. Item number 21, payment of bills.
You also got the bill list Friday when I came back from the conference. So the total bills for today are $811,038.45. The majority of this is road and bridge, which is right, 699,000, or excuse me, 669,000. The rest of it is like tax for our insurance and so forth, so nothing out of the norm on this go round.
It looks weird because we don't have the GO bills in there anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's on the report, the way you'll accrue that monthly payment schedule. I know Wayne's gonna be paying some more, doing some more work pretty soon with all the flooding we've had recently, probably.
If you want to read the New York Times, you can go to the library.
And you want to tell them how much it costs for the New York Times or Wall Street Journal? Wall Street Journal.
$650-something for the year subscription, and I don't know why, but anyway, it does.
Yeah, it's very expensive for like Wall Street Journal. I think that's the one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
New York
Wall
Times,
Street
it's
Journal,
the Wall Street Journal. So if you don't want to have a $700 a year subscription to the Wall Street Journal, go to the library.
I'm sorry, but is that for a year?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a paper?
Yes, ma'am. I guess.
Yeah, because I pay about $55 a month.
Okay. Need a motion to pay.
I move we pay the bills.
Okay, all those in favor of paying the bills, raise your right hand. Anybody opposed? No. Item number 23, we're going to acknowledge Commissioners Court will meet on May 23rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the Karnes County Historic Courtroom located at 101 North Santa Maria Avenue, Suite 200, Karnes City, Texas, 78118. And happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there on Sunday coming up. Item number 24, need a motion to adjourn, and we'll get to work.
I move we adjourn.
All right.